Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Stages of Alchemy experience. I am so happy to be here. And look at this. You can't see my earrings that I am wearing because of this screen. But I love this screen, so I need it and I love it and it's great. So, day one, I'm so excited to get started. So let me give you a little overview of what you can expect during this experience. We've got 7 days together. Each day, I'm going to be sharing a video with you just like this. It's going to probably be about 10 minutes long. We'll see how contained I can keep it because I love to speak and I love to share and I love to inspire. And I just want to really give you an amazing experience. So, I'm going to start with what this is about, what you can expect, and then a little intro of who am I? And yeah, so overview, what to expect. I really want you to get clear on what you want. What is your next creative endeavor? Like what is calling to you? What is pulling at your heart? What is maybe keeping you up at night? This like to know if this is really for you, this whole experience, this taster experience. It's a sampler of the full-on mastermind that I am launching on November 11th. So this is just for you to get a feel for this. This is for you if you are, meant to create in a way that makes you feel really alive and excited, and it's like your leading edge. You may have put your ideas or projects like maybe on the back burner. Um, and or you may be currently involved in creative endeavors that are just like not it. And they may be not feeling challenging anymore, or maybe they're just not feeling fulfilling anymore. Maybe you are doing well. You know that your creative baby is like ready to come, it's ready to be birthed. And you could be terrified, excited, simultaneously, or just kind of unsure how this is supposed to happen. That could be like manifesting as analysis paralysis, or maybe you've been experiencing setbacks or disappointments or obstacles and starting to second guess, like, is this even really for me with the next thing that's you've been trying to make manifest. Maybe, like I said a minute ago, it's keeping you up at night. It's something that you're already like, okay, like this, I'm meant to do this, but like, how the fuck am I supposed to do it? Um, you just don't really know. Like maybe you're stuck in that sort of like unknown, fear, weird liminal space. Or it could be even like maybe very extreme, like a sense of existential dread of like, I have to do this. I can't leave this planet unless this comes through me. Another way that you could possibly be experiencing things is with perfectionism. Anybody familiar with that? This can show up in really sneaky ways. It can show up as like partially finished projects. It can show up in not sharing your work in the way that you want to. It could show up as well, there's a really great quote from Elizabeth Gilbert called that where she says, perfectionism is the high-end version of fear. So oftentimes perfectionism is rooted in that. So perfectionism can also show up like procrastination, addictive behaviors. Some of the most common ones that I have experienced myself and see in my clients and others that are highly sensitive, neurodivergent creatives who are like the people that I work with, similar to me, are being busy just for the sake of being busy, excessive drinking, other addictive behaviors like maybe it's smoking cigarettes or toxic relationships. Those are the big ones, some of the big ones. Yeah, so I really am here for you if you want to ditch the feeling of analysis paralysis. It can be so painful to be in that. We're really taught to just live in our heads. And so sometimes living in our heads can be like the most comfortable place to be, right? Because we don't have to be in our bodies. We don't have to really put ourselves out there in the world. But sometimes it can be a living fucking nightmare to be stuck in our heads. So where are you at right now? I would love to know. So I'd love for you to opt out of the one day, I'm going to finish this project, I'm going to do this thing, and really say yes to the truth of what you're meant to express, saying yes to the work that is meant, and only you can do. Only you can bring it to life, to bring formless into form. That's what I'm all about. Like, that is what I love so much, is to platform creatives. So some of the ways that I've done that just recently is one of the ways that comes to mind is I created an artist showcase here locally, and I platformed other women creatives and musicians, flow arts performance artists, and yeah, and then just had like an open mic at the end. So like anybody could show up, and we had someone come on the open mic that was like, what the fuck? Like, do you remember the show American Idol? I was like, you could be like winning right now. Where did you come from? What the heck? So that's just one example. So I want you to get sensationally honest with yourself. And I say sensationally honest because getting really honest with yourself can oftentimes create high sensation. Okay. And you're not in this alone. Like, this experience is to support you in moving through anything that feels like you can't, because that's not true. You can. And I believe in you, and you can borrow my belief. All right. And maybe you don't need to, but you can still be bolstered by my belief in you. So yeah, the high sensation can be experienced as resistance. And resistance can manifest in so many ways. So that can look like some of the things I've talked about: analysis paralysis, procrastination, addictive behaviors, like anything that is getting in the way of you creating your work, you bringing your work into the world, your next level. That is what I want to support you in moving through in this experience, and even more in the full on mastermind, which is a 7-week experience. So this is 7 days. That is going to be amplified and give you even more support in the 7-week mastermind. So I want to ask you this question, and I'm going to ask you it one more time at the end of this video. What is the one thing in your creative work that if you look at it, did like the little raise hand emoji or whatever the fuck it's doing. The one thing that if you died in 6 months that you would want to leave behind, what is it for you? I can't answer that, but I want to know. I want to know, what is it? We are not guaranteed an amount of time on this planet. And I don't know about you, but one of my biggest motivators is a sense of healthy urgency, I think, of going, I do not want to go to my grave, to my deathbed, to my urn, wherever, I go, and off this planet knowing, fuck, I let fear control me. I kept saying one day I thought what I wanted to do wasn't good enough. So I never really did it. Like, I never really showed up the way that I wanted to. I never wrote that song. I never finished my book. I never expressed myself the way that I really wanted to. You know how that is like the shittiest feeling. Okay. So that's what we're not doing. And that's what we're here to just pivot the fuck away from. Okay. If you're heading in that direction. So what is the one thing that if you died in 6 months that you would be so fucking happy that you left behind? That's a question that I want you to contemplate and answer in the comments below, please. So I'm going to share a little bit more about myself. For those of you who don't know me at all, my name is Alyssa Victoria. I have been in the online and in-person coaching, teaching, facilitating space for the past 12 years, I believe. I officially launched my first program in 2015 called Transformative Self-Care for Moms. And since then, I have continued to launch various programs and facilitated coaching and teaching, basically based on the personal transformations that I've experienced and just wanting to support others through that. I've used my life as my own case study, and I've always been really motivated to understand human behavior and why the fuck do we do what we do? Like what is going on? And also from that desire, I recently graduated with a master's degree in clinical psychology. With that same drive of like wanting to understand like how we work and like how I can support others in the best way. And I just find so many things about human behavior and our experience here to be incredibly fascinating, specifically alchemy. Alchemy, right? This is called the Stages of Alchemy experience. Alchemy to me is a deeply personal, transformative process that actually takes our deepest woundings or lessons or pain and really is able to transmute that into our greatest gifts. So that's my ultimate desire for you and aim in this entire experience, especially in the full on mastermind, because you have more time to alchemize things. But I would love for you to reflect on that. Like, what is something that you thought was like, that's one of the biggest painful experiences in my life, but like, look at what I extracted from that. Okay. So we're all about that. That's where a lot of my inspiration has come from. A lot of the alchemy that I've experienced has been from my own personal, like very intense life initiations. Some of those things have looked like early childhood abuse and trauma. Um, there's various different things that, like sexual abuse, emotional abuse, physical abuse. Um, my divorce was definitely a huge initiation in life. Just the path of being an entrepreneur is very initiatory. It's very confronting to, yeah, in so many ways. So, that's a little bit about me. Another thing probably that's really important to mention is that I am a performer at heart. I am a musician. I love doing improv. I love speaking. I love just bringing my art and my expression to the world. And I love being on stage. I love speaking and teaching and facilitating and leading. And I love creating safe spaces that build trust and build your self-belief and build your desire to really act on what the fuck you want in this life. Because we spend our whole lives being programmed to um think and feel that what we want isn't really for us, even though there's like that's a whole other topic I'm not going to go too into right now, okay? But you get what I'm saying, right? Like we go from learning to suppress the truth of who we are to like hopefully on the flip side starting to fully express that truth. And I'm here for you for that. I'm here for that. Like that's so much fun for me. So let's see. If you're into human design, I'm a 1/4 emotional manifester. If you're not into human design or you're not familiar with that, a manifester is someone who has the design of someone that initiates, that has a very powerful impact. And so I'm here to initiate momentum and to support creatives in removing obstacles and developing a deep self-compassion and a deep self-trust so that you can have what the fuck you really want and create what you want in this world. Like, I love witnessing artists bring formless into form. We have so much power, so much power. So if you know your human design, please comment below. I'm super curious and I'm obsessed with it. I've been a human design analyst since 2013, and I love offering readings and doing readings, and I'm always curious to hear what your design is. If you don't know anything about it, you can look it up. I'm happy to run your chart for free. You can also run your chart information online just by searching it. So let me know what your human design is if you'd like. I would love to know. Let's see. I think I've covered pretty much everything that I'd like to cover today. Like I think I covered this, but I do work with highly sensitive neurodivergent creatives to really amplify creative self-expression without shame. Shame is like one of the number one things that stops us as well. So, again, what to expect in this experience is clarity, getting really clear on what you want and choosing something to focus on. If you're having a hard time with that, this is where you get clear. You make the decision. You make the decision on what is your next creative endeavor? What is your leading edge? What is at the edge of your comfort zone that you know that you need to push through right now? Okay, I want you to have that clarity by the end of this experience. I also want you to have an insight into the internal alchemy that's going on, and different aspects of that process. So in the next 6 days, we're going to just explore different parts of the alchemical process and hopefully help you to get sort of a deeper insight on like what's going on with me, like where am I at right now, and what do I need. I also want to support you in just increasing that level of self-belief inside of you that this is possible for you. Whatever you want is absolutely possible. Whatever you seek is seeking you. Okay? I want you to be excited about what you're doing. It feels so good to be like really inspired and on fire for what the fuck you're doing, right? You're here because you're an artist. You're here because you don't really fit into like the normal societal box of what the fuck you're like expected to be doing. You're a creative nonconformist. You're a visionary. You're an innovator. You do things differently. You're here to do things differently. And I I know this, like you are me. I get it. And I'm here for you. Um, I want you to be excited about your work, like I said. And then, yeah, knowing your next step and then knowing like whether you want to, enter into the full mastermind experience or not, and being really clear about that. And whether your next step is joining the full mastermind or not, doesn't matter. It's what matters is that you're clear about what you want and what your next step is. All right. So, again, and to wrap up, what is the one thing that if you were to die in 6 months that you would want to leave behind creatively? I want you to get really clear and answer this. Maybe it's going to come to you really fast and maybe you're going to need some time, but I would love for you to comment below with that. Yeah. And I can't wait to see you tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.